Islam, as a comprehensive way of life, guides its followers in every aspect of their existence. This guidance is derived from the Quran, the holy book of Muslims, revealed to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and the Hadith, which are collections of the sayings, actions, and approvals of the Prophet. These Islamic texts offer clear instructions on what believers should and should not do to lead a life pleasing to Allah, God. This video explores 7 actions that are explicitly prohibited in Islam, drawing on references from Islamic books. Number 01. Associating partners with Allah. Shirk. The concept of shirk in Islam goes beyond the mere act of worshipping other deities alongside Allah. It encompasses any form of setting up equals or partners with Allah in any aspect of divinity. This includes attributing divine powers to other beings, relying on idols or intermediaries for supplication, and considering any source of law or morality as equal or superior to Allah's commandments. The Quranic verse 448 not only highlights the gravity of shirk, but also delineates the boundary of divine forgiveness, establishing the monotheistic essence of Islam as non-negotiable. The prohibition of shirk is central to the Islamic creed, Tawheed, which asserts the oneness of Allah in His lordship, worship, and names and attributes. This fundamental principle distinguishes Islam from other religious traditions, emphasizing a direct and unmediated relationship between the believer and the Creator. The Quran and Hadith literature are replete with admonitions against shirk, underscoring its potential to undermine the very foundation of one's faith. For instance, another Quranic verse elucidates the rationale behind this prohibition, stating, "And indeed, it has been revealed to you, as it was to those before you. If you join others in worship with Allah, then surely all your deeds will be in vain, and you will certainly be among the losers." Quran 39-65. Number 02. Committing injustice. Zulm. Zulm, or injustice, represents a broad category of wrongful actions that violate the balance and harmony ordained by Allah. It is an encompassing term that covers various forms of wrongdoing, including but not limited to oppression, exploitation, dishonesty, and the breach of trust. The hadith cited from Sahih Muslim emphasizes the moral and spiritual consequences of engaging in unjust practices, portraying them as sources of darkness on the day of resurrection. This metaphorical darkness signifies the absence of divine light and guidance, reflecting the spiritual void that results from straying from the path of justice and righteousness. In Islamic teachings, justice, adl, is not only a moral virtue but also a divine attribute, reflecting the perfect and balanced nature of Allah's creation. Consequently, any act of injustice is seen as a disruption of the divine order, warranting admonition and correction. The Quran explicitly commands, "O you who have believed, be persistently standing firm in justice, witnesses for Allah, even if it be against yourselves or parents and relatives. Whether one is rich or poor, Allah is more worthy of both. So follow not personal inclination, lest you not be just. And if you distort your testimony or refuse to give it, then indeed Allah is ever with what you do acquainted." Quran 4-135. Number 03. Consuming usury. Riba. Usury or riba refers to the practice of lending money at high interest rates, which is strictly prohibited in Islam. The Quran explicitly condemns this practice, stating, "Those who consume interest cannot stand on the day of resurrection, except as one stands who is being beaten by Satan into insanity." That is because they say, trade is just like interest, but Allah has permitted trade and has forbidden interest. Quran 2-275. This prohibition is aimed at ensuring fairness and preventing exploitation in financial transactions. Number 04. Slandering chaste women. Kaf. Accusing chaste women of adultery without evidence is a serious offense in Islam. The Quran addresses this issue directly, mandating severe punishment for those who engage in such slander without producing 4 witnesses to support their claims. And those who accuse chaste women and then do not produce 4 witnesses, lash them with 80 lashes and do not accept from them testimony ever after. And those are the defiantly disobedient. Quran 24-4. This law safeguards the honor and dignity of individuals, particularly women, against baseless accusations. Number 05. Consuming alcohol and gambling. Islam prohibits the consumption of alcohol and gambling, categorizing them as major sins. The Quran groups them together as abominations from the work of Satan, meant to sow enmity and hatred among people, and divert them from the remembrance of Allah and from prayer. O you who have believed, indeed, intoxicants, gambling, sacrificing on stone altars to other than Allah, and divining arrows are but defilement from the work of Satan, so avoid it that you may be successful. Quran 5-90. This prohibition ensures the maintenance of social order and the physical and spiritual well-being of the community. Number 06. Fleeing from the battlefield. The prohibition against fleeing from the battlefield in Islamic jurisprudence is specifically contextualized within the bounds of legitimate defense and just warfare. The Quranic injunction, 8:15, serves as a powerful reminder of the high esteem placed on bravery, resilience, and the commitment to justice, especially when faced with aggression. This directive is not merely a call to arms, but a profound moral and ethical guideline aimed at ensuring that when Muslims engage in combat, it is with the full intention of upholding justice, defending the oppressed, and protecting the sanctity of faith and community. The emphasis on courage and steadfastness is rooted in a broader Islamic ethos that values the preservation of life, dignity, and freedom. It recognizes the complex realities of conflict and the heavy burden of leadership and decision-making in times of war. This principle discourages acts of cowardice and desertion, not out of a desire for violence, but as a means to maintain unity, morale, and the collective will to stand against tyranny and oppression. The historical contexts in which these verses were revealed highlight the importance of commitment and solidarity among the Muslim community during times of existential threats. Number 07. Severing family ties. The importance of family in Islam cannot be overstated, with the Quran and Hadith replete with directives emphasizing kinship bonds' sanctity. The statement by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, as reported in Sahih Muslim, underscores the severe spiritual and moral consequences of severing family ties. This teaching reflects the profound value Islam places on social cohesion, mutual support, and the nurturing of familial relationships. Maintaining kinship ties goes beyond mere blood relations. It encompasses a wide range of ethical and social responsibilities, including care for the elderly, support for the needy, and the cultivation of love and respect among relatives. This principle is an integral part of the social fabric of Muslim communities, promoting a sense of belonging, collective well-being, and intergenerational solidarity. Conclusion. Understanding and adhering to these prohibitions is essential for Muslims striving to live according to the teachings of Islam. They are not merely rules, but principles that foster a just, equitable, and compassionate society. Through this scriptural examination, it is hoped that the significance of these prohibitions is conveyed in a manner that is both informative and engaging, inviting reflection on the profound wisdom embedded in the Islamic tradition.